Imagine being stabbed multiple times, having your teeth pulled out with a plier, a 3-inch nail hammered into your skull, and your throat being slit and strangled until you are unalived. Yes, this is how Angela unalived Terry in the most horrific ways I've ever seen. Here's the backstory. So Angela Simpson was born November 29th, 1975 in Phoenix, Arizona. She claimed that her mental health issues began around age 10, that some people say she was taken away from her family and grew up in many different foster homes. She never held a job, and that made her to keep living on the streets. She developed substance abuse problems early and had a long criminal history, including convictions for armed robbery, aggravated assault, carjacking, trespassing, and much more. Angela had 4 children, though she rarely discussed them publicly. Some people believe she did not have custody of the children, and there are speculations that they may have been adopted or taken away by family. Some other people described her as a sex worker. Now, there's this guy named Terry Neely. Terry was a 46-year-old man with some serious challenges of his own. He used a wheelchair due to a disability, had mental health issues, and was living in a care home. Terry and Angela had known each other for some time and were occasionally seen together, often consuming white substance near an apartment complex. There were speculations that Terry was Angela's client. Smash client. On August 2nd, 2009, Angela Simpson lured Terry with the promise of free sex and white substance. You know what I mean? Knowing these would attract him. He was a frequent client of hers, and she knew what would persuade him to meet her alone. Around 8 p.m., Terry left his care home and went to meet Angela at an abandoned apartment in North Phoenix. As soon as he got to the apartment, Angela's countenance changed completely. She was no longer friendly, and she wasn't smiling. She grabbed a hidden tire iron and struck Terry repeatedly over the head, causing severe bleeding. He was still conscious, but he was really struggling. She would place Terry in front of a mirror and force him to watch himself suffer, while Angela continued to torture him. That was really mean and wicked, I must say. Terry was tortured for 3 days. 3 whole days. Oh my goodness, she stabbed him for approximately 50 times, pulled out his teeth using needle-nose pliers, hammered a 3-inch nail in his skull. That was brutal. And that's not even all she did. She slit his throat and kept strangling Terry with a cable wire, and he was still aware of what was happening. He probably was too weak to fight back, coupled with the fact that he was disabled. That must be really terrifying. Poor Terry. I feel so bad for him. He really suffered before breathing his last. The torture was deliberately slow and painful. Angela kept him alive for that duration to inflict him with maximum psychological trauma and physical pain. That was really unbelievable. No human being deserves such kind of cruelty. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. After the 3-day ordeal had ended, likely through strangulation or throat injury, Angela disposed of Terry's body by placing it in a trash bin, transporting it to the parking lot of a church, and setting it on fire. Firefighters quickly responded to the trash can fire behind the church, where they discovered the burnt and mutilated remains of Terry. Later, fingerprint testing confirmed the victim as Terry Neely. On August 5, 2009, Angela and another man, Edward Cracker McFarland, were arrested on an unrelated armed robbery charge just after Terry's remains were discovered in a trash bin fire. Investigators found Terry's wheelchair near Edward's apartment. Witness testimony and physical evidence, including torn carpet, blood-stained items, pliers, and bleach, linked Angela to the crime scene. Angela claimed Terry had told her he was a snitch for the CIA and said she despised snitches, believing they deserved death, even though police found no record to support his claims. She admitted to the crime afterward, but that she only regretted not having the chance to kill more snitches. And she was smiling while saying this like she just won America's Got Talent with murder. She even repeated it like it was some form of a public announcement or something. That's crazy. And the judge was like, cool, thanks for that. You're going away forever.
Interviews and I've with the police, and one of our colleagues talked to you once upon a time. You're very upfront.
Pretty much.
About talking about this killing.
Right.
You murdered this man.
Yes.
You tortured him.
Of course.
There is no ambiguity, and there is nothing you want to In court today, you said you're not here to pretend to be remorseful.
Of course not. Why would I do that?
Are you remorseful?
Not at all.
Why?
Why would I be?
Well, why did this man deserve to die? You claimed he was a snitch.
Well,
what proof do you have of that?
He told me he was a snitch.
He told you.
On many occasions. But that really doesn't matter. Why did you guys want to kill me? Phoenix wanted to kill me. What's the difference? Everybody has a reason to kill. My reason might not be good to you, but your reason wasn't good to me. So.
The incident, can you tell me anything about what happened during those 3 days while you were...
What do you mean?
I
took him to my house, walked him down the street. I don't know why the media acts like the motherfucker couldn't walk. He walked very well. Walked him upstairs, kicked his ass, and killed him.
And again, your belief is that he was a snitch because he
Right.
told you... you claimed that other people had been killed in that same part. You had killed other people. Have you killed other people?
No, I've never killed anyone else.
So that was something to talk.
Right.
How do you feel about spending the rest of your life in prison?
You know, I got a lot of family in prison, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I got many sisters in prison. I can't wait to see
She says she has many sisters in prison and she can't wait to see them. Is this a good reason to commit a crime? She's just a psychopath if you ask me. All right, imagine this. You're just out here vibing, maybe smoking something questionable, and one of your homies in a wheelchair rolls up and says, "Hey, just so you know, I'm a snitch. I work with the CIA." Now, a normal person might go, "Okay, Terry, sure you do, buddy." But Angela Simpson? Angela hears that and goes, "OH, bet. Time to plan a 3-day medieval torture session like she's auditioning for a Saw reboot nobody asked for." I mean, you didn't fact check? You didn't Google, "Is my friend a federal informant?" You just go straight to, "I'm going to unalive this man using pliers, nails, and trauma." And bro, the dude used a wheelchair. Like, what was the plan? Was he going to roll into a cartel meeting with a GoPro and just shout, "You're all under arrest"? Make it make sense. Angela didn't ask questions, didn't verify, didn't even phone a friend. She just turned into judge, jury, and DIY executioner. And when the cops caught her, she was like, "Yeah, I did it. I hate snitches. Wish I got to kill more." Ma'am, you're not Batman. You're not cleaning up the streets. You're just out here making Arizona look like a Quentin Tarantino prequel. If someone tells you they're in the CIA, maybe don't torture them for 3 days. Maybe just, I don't know, mind your business and drink some water. Yeah. Anyways, Angela pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Wish she was sentenced to death, by the way. Good for her.